your picture in my room, cause it gets me in the mood. You're still free in my head.
And we're back with the ESL Challenger Katowice South African closed qualifiers. Nixuh and Bravado potentially on the final map of this qualifier if Bravado takes it, which they did in the previous engagement between these two squads. Wilj opens up the fragging here with two. Blaze and the man going down, but Frozen and Blaze actually managed to find some frags right before that. And now we're going to have a 3v3 scenario.
Picking up where we left off on Inferno. Punchy start, aggressive. Both teams wanting mid. And neither team really coming out on top. March is tucked in behind the wood. Julie's in hand, but will not get tested as Nixuh favor the A-bomb side instead. Bravado are out of position. Look at them, John. They've got two here on B proper. One is in towards mid. That's Doru, and he's got no nades, no kit, no armor as well to speak of. Does not look favored in this engagement and has to fall off. Bomb, though, taking its sweet time. And here it comes. Bravado needs to make a decision, though. Do you fight this before the bomb gets planted? Or do you play the long game? And it's most certainly the former. SloWye with one, Doru with another. And it's just Flexi. That bomb never went down. He never got to utilize his after plant position. And that is a monster retake from Bravado.
Yeah, I mean, didn't even get the bomb planted, right? So technically just retaking the site. Not even in a post-plant situation. Well done from them. 1-0 lead, and they played so very well, right, up against Viben earlier today on this map. Viben got off to a 4-0 start, and then Bravado shut the door on a 16-1 run. Wilj was massive there, 27-19, 122.2 ADR, and a rating of 2. So we'll see if he continues to be dominant on this map. Already a great start with those two opening frags.
Nixuh just going to save into the following. Could have bought here with Tech 9 armor, but not interested. Wilj is very aggressive for this sort of round. He'll get pinched from either side, but he backs off into a safer angle. We can dictate the fight a little bit better. They're going to push through, though. Glocks hit and dinks.
Wow.
Dinks galore. He goes down. March is the only player in this postcode, only player on this half of the map, and he's got to stay alive. Famas is recovered. And Rusty does indeed find the kill. This is getting a lot more expensive than it ever needed to be. Barely any investment whatsoever from Nixuh into this one. And they've somehow made this a 2-on-2. Bravado needs to keep their cool, man. They cannot overface these angles. They've got to play together. They have the bomb. It's on Nixuh to make the next moves. And SloWye goes wide. He falls to the Glock. Somehow we're in a 1-on-1 scenario. But without a gun and with no armor, it is an easy clean up for Triton in the 1-on-1. Wow.
Yeah, but
that was costly and then some.
Just Glocks, and it goes down to a 1v1. I mean, they get that first frag because Wilj was a little over aggressive trying to go out there and get those frags on his side. The FAMAS goes down. It is picked up by Rusty, who gets 2 more. And honestly, Bravado are lucky that they sectioned him off first and that it was only the Glock player left, because if he's last left in a 1v1, I don't know, the way he was playing there probably favor him. But Bravado do indeed get their second, but as you mentioned, so expensive. Look at their money now. Everyone below 1K, and SloWye finds the first on the man through the smoke. That will certainly help. Rusty, he's got the util in his hands, thinking about throwing it, but instead, well, next I just want to regroup and rethink where they want to go here into this round. Still a lot of time left for them to make their decision, and it appears as though they are still going to go up this A ramp.
Despite finding a kill on A, they can tend to play retake. Bravado, Nixuh making no noise as they scale for now, so there's no reason for Bravado to change their mind on their mid and B lane. Here come those smokes for behind default. Molotov as well, landing in towards the short side. And now the retake is afoot. There's so much utility on this CT side. You can just pepper this bomb plant spot again and again with Molotovs. Here comes the next. There's actually a gap to the left-hand side, so Rusty will get this down, but funnels him right into the crosshair of Doru. Smokes are going to fade now. Bomb is trapped out towards the plant spot. Oh my lord, it's a barrage. It's a mortar strike. Endless nades on this default plant spot.
Yeah, but none left here to deny the last plant. There is one burning, but it's just to the left. Doru's going to take down one. March another. Lexi, the last one standing here, and he gets dropped as well. SloWye finds that final frag, and it's 3-0 for Bravado. That round was extremely tough for them, right? Because of all the bodies they lost in that previous. Their economy was not in good shape, but with that win and 3 players left standing, they do get a bit of a foundation beneath them. Not that great, but it's good enough given how the things have gone up to this point. Nixuh, on the other hand, well, they are probably going to settle for pistols. That might be even conservative, right? Because you have Flexi at 4.8k and the man at 3.8. Could have opted to invest further into this, especially with that full loss bonus, but they want a really strong buy up in the next instead, Alan.
Certainly do. And talking through the previous, I think Nixuh will regret not going contact for longer. I played into the retake this time, though, much more aggressive, exploding up the ramp. Bomb is dropped out by Crane, by Triton. And now the cavalry has come over. There's 3 in defense on A right now. SloWye, Wilj nearby, just locking down the mid flank. Nades are coming in from this T side. They've got plenty of those, but they haven't got any position. Only one flashbang now left on Flexi as there's smokes galore spread across the bomb site. And they just can't find the opponents. They just can't hit the shots. This round has not got a lot for them so far. And I don't think Blaze is going to change that.
Yeah, feels like Nixuh might still be stunned by what happened over on Inferno. Okay, that's a nice shot from Blaze. March. Feeling the hurt on that one. Thing is, how much more can Blaze do? 41 seconds left, 38 HP, only has 1 piece of util, that's the smoke, and I mean, he could use it to go and grab the bomb, maybe even plant it in the smoke if he throws it perfectly, but I don't know. Blaze doesn't see any targets. Such patience from Bravado. He could catch off Wilj here, who's looking in the other direction. I think he might. No, didn't see him yet. Yeah, it's just too good of a setup, and Blaze can't do anything else. 4-0 for Bravado.
Smooth sailing for them. Really are happy to play this A-bomb site and retake. I guess we'll see a lot more of that in this half. Onwards we go. Bravado, map to the good. Massive comeback off the back of Wilj to claim Inferno. This is their map pick. It's what we felt they should have picked yesterday and they chose not to. And they never made it to Vertigo as the decider. Gonna right those wrongs. As this time they're back on home turf.
Wilj waiting here on B. Anchoring it down. He does have a little bit of support in March, but he's more concerned with mid than anything else. Now going to join his teammate with Flexi, I believe, getting spotted out there. Throwing some util up front. And Nixuh is readjusting. They really like going up a ramp, it seems. Even though it hasn't worked for them at all, they'll continue to at least attempt it into this 5th round. The man, Frozen, and Rusty already here. 4 players, in fact, for Nixuh. With the other one joining soon.
Similar layout to the last few rounds. A retake yet again. Triton behind Tetris. Still got 3 mollies of the CT side. And it's again the left-right default smoke. So here we go again. Need those mollies on that plant spot. Boost on the pallets. Triton up top. But this time the mollies are not here in time. Doru also spam through the smoke by the looks of it. And this retake is already looking a little bit blunted. They're going to stick around for now. But as these Nixuh players don't present themselves initially, what is the call? You're a man down here. Committing in on these initial players. Smoke out in hand. That would be ill-advised for Wilj as a player just to his right-hand side. Peeks wide and Rusty gets 3 kills? He was full blind for sure after that first.
Yeah. No, he was blinded. There's no question. I mean, his hand was up in his face for quite some time, and he still connects on the last 2 out of the 3 that he got. Nixuh finally on the board. And yeah, I mean, you're right. Bravado continued to set up for a retake on that A site, and that time it just didn't work out. I guess if you're Nixuh, realizing that's the setup, might as well continue to move up the ramp if they're going to give you the space to do so. And it does yield them at least one. Rusty, oh, could get caught out here. It's just pistols on the other side, but still, he needs to be careful. He does get tagged down a little bit, 25 HP of damage taken, but immediately falls back once he realizes what type of setup Bravado are putting forward there in mid. Doru with the USP and scaffolding here, right outside of ramp.
Also may have expected a buy coming into the round.
Yeah.
Bravado have won 4 in a row, but at this point, you've seen enough. No nades, couple pistols. It's got to be a save. And because of that, Nixuh caution goes through the roof. There's a player tucked in the cubby. That's going to be Doru. Handy bit of damage, but not a frag. And when his teammates are trying to poke and prod, at the end of the day, it's just Triton on this bomb site. And he's got 27 HP.
SloWye does manage to get one back here and an AK upgrade. He's probably going to hightail it out of there with that gun. Drops his 5.7 for March. Oh, Blaze. Never mind. X-ray throwing me for a loop there.
It's a good save. I mean, I'm not exactly sure what the loss bonus is, but I don't think Triton would have a great buy otherwise. So get this AK through, drop that. He can self-buy an AWP, it's no problem. So not too bad. Archer would love to collect a couple more exits. The bomb goes off. Is he going to die to the bomb? I'm not exactly sure. I think he probably will. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
I still respect it. Why not?
Yeah. Not much to lose there. Just the 5.7. AK gets saved over. Money's looking pretty good on the Bravado side, so they will be able to reinvest into this round. See if they can put a stop to Nixuh's round win streak. Only sitting at 2 right now. Critical juncture for Bravado, who, again, right, even with 4 round victories in a row, they couldn't build up their economy because of how much damage they were taking round after round. But you got to credit Nixuh. Lexi. Ooh, he gets tagged down to 25. Needs to be careful. There's a very big gap in the smoke, and Wilj, realizing how much damage he done, says, here is a nade for you, Lexi. Takes him out. 5v4 just like that.
Saw the boost. They're still going to commit to mid. Bomb is rerouting, though. And they're going to get caught out in the open, frozen. A little bit lackadaisical. And this round is looking real bad now. This mid presence hasn't done a great deal. There's still 2 in defense on A. There's a re-smoke now on the bottom of yellow, which makes it all the more difficult. And SloWye's playing wide. He's confident nobody's on the right-hand side, and there's just way too much for Rusty to clear. Triton springs his trap. Doesn't result in a frag. As long as SloWye doesn't overcommit, it shouldn't be the end of the world. I don't know how Nixuh even gets up to the bomb side, let alone, get a plant in this scenario.
No, it's not going to be easy. They have the money to send it to one bomb site or another, and 2 smokes, a Molotov, and a flash. So it's possible for them to make something happen here, but time is dwindling. 30 seconds left now. Looks like they want to try for something towards the B stairs. Wilj is watching this. He's going to toss the molly down to delay them even further, which means the round is likely over. The question is, can they take down Wilj? And the answer is absolutely not. Wilj gets a 3K on the round. He's up to 6, and only behind SloWye, who somehow has 10 frags. He's been crazy. The good news for Bravado is the round win streak for Nixuh ends at 2.
I'm intrigued. This feels like a round where this is, a great half for Bravado. They streak ahead, or Nixuh make this very compelling. And we're in for a back and forth affair. See what the call is. 3A star from Nixuh, defaulting heavily in this direction. Intent is quite clear, but equally Bravado starting to feel on this side of the map too. They want to contest it. So many players in and around the ramp. That nade is... I'm kind of stunned they didn't do more damage, John. It looked like it landed right on under their feet.
Strange. Nades are weird. Maybe they'll be less weird in Counter-Strike 2. We'll see.
Don't give them ideas.
Yeah, well,
That's all I'm saying. SloWye's on site. But of course, they know a couple of players are there. They died to a boost. So it's pretty clear that there must have been numbers on A for Nixuh. And I'm a little bit surprised Bravado haven't taken more space elsewhere. Wilj just come off B. They're clearly intending to lean on A. But at the moment, they're kind of half in, half out. They're just playing these slightly aggressive side positions. No real aggression. SloWye can't connect. He's lucky to still be alive. Triton punishes Frozen as Frozen tries to catch SloWye out in the open, but it's not to be. The smoke to his right-hand side actually is giving him a lot of cover to the Ivy side. And they're so scared. Oh, they're out of flashes, John. They're out of flashes. They're really scared to come up from this ramp.
well,
3 smokes down now.
the thing is, they committed all their utility now towards this take. They have got none left, and there's a ton on the other side, or at least enough to make life difficult for the Nixuh side. SloWye connects through the smoke with the dualies to give his team the man advantage. There's the plant finally, but the bodies are dropping. Blaze, the last one behind the sandbags. He gets Triton, but his position is completely exposed. There's a smoke to section him off, a flash as well to make life difficult for him. And yeah, I mean, he's gone. No chance. Wilj ventilates him with the AK, and that is the round for Bravado. You can see why they like to play for these retakes, because they're so very good at them.
Yeah, the Knicks have to pause. They need to talk about this. We've had 3 or 4 very similar rounds. Bravado are content to sit on their nades and play a retake. And there's a few ways to look at it. You could either say, we need to pressure elsewhere on the map more, so they don't have all these nades in the late round. They don't have all the numbers on A to try and hold us off. Well, the other way to look at it is to say, if we're going to hit A, screw using these back default smoke. Let's do it dry. Let's do deeper nades, because it just isn't working. They're trying to change the pace here with a fast B take, but SloWye is up to the task. Wilj commits close. That molly lands behind him. Smoke is going to give away his position. The most actually spread. That is unbelievable. And SloWye capitalizes. Oh, this round has fallen apart already.
SloWye, settle down, man. Have mercy. Wilj and SloWye love this map and play off each other so very well. Wilj going to take down Blaze. Rusty and the man, the last 2. Triton, I think, has a read on this. Yep, the man is gone. And Rusty under the stairs thinking, what the heck just happened? That was in the first 50 seconds of the round. My entire team is gone. What can I do? The answer, Sir Rusty, is nothing except fall to the ground to Vilj's op. 7-2 in favor of Bravado. Timeout. I mean, you mentioned it last round. They probably should have called it, Alan. They are going to call it here.
I think the pressure's starting to set in. We've praised them the whole event so far for calling timeouts, and
yes,
not to say this is awful to be their first one, but it's uncharacteristic to lose so many in a row and this to be the first for them. Quick discussion, as the enormity at the moment is starting to weigh in. Bravado seeing those plane tickets to Poland deposited in their inventory at the moment. They can feel it. And if you're Nixuh, you need to derail this train right now. You need to make a change. Different strategic approach. Something, spanner in the works, because these slow A hits have not come to any avail. And clearly, trying to up the tempo on B, that wasn't the answer either.
Well, let's see what they do. Looks like up the tempo, up ramp. Okay, SloWye's waiting around here, and he could get caught off. He needs to be careful. Finally will fall off, but there's Triton lining up too. He manages to fade away as well, throws the nade in, knows that someone's coming up scaffolding, and right before he dies, he gets the third onto Frozen, leaving Flexi and Blaze in a very tough spot. And, I mean, Bravado actually facing off at ramp, which they haven't really done that much, usually playing for retake, maybe catching Nixuh off guard, and there's a perfect peek from SloWye to drop Flexi. Only Blaze left again.
SloWye's died twice, and we're in round 10. SloWye and Wilj, the 2 stars of this team, are combining now for 26-6. That is not sustainable if you're Nixuh in terms of staying in this match. And I think the adjustment is obvious, John. They're saying, if we're going to lose all these late round scenarios, we're going to up the pace. And I think it's a viable option, but it's the sort of thing where you're not really addressing the problem. The problem isn't playing slow. The problem is not approaching these late rounds correctly or playing out good macro in the mid round to make it more doable. And they've been absolutely slammed on these fast takes.
Yeah, I don't know what you do if you're Nixuh, right? You've tried the fast takes, you've tried the slow pace play, and well, now they've got a mixed buy up here on a half buy. An AK, a Galil, 2 Tech 9s, the Deagle. You gotta find something, anything, to get some momentum back in your hands, because as opposed to early on in this half when they were doing the economic damage, they were keeping Bravado honest in that regard. Now that's not happening, and there's a huge economic foundation built up for the CT side. SloWye pushes up, gets one, falls back, and Triton's right there to cover his retreat. Perfect setup at the side hall. Flexi, he's out in the open, no man's land. SloWye happy to oblige with 2 more, and Triton the last, 9-2 for Bravado. They look untouchable.
This is even legal. This is ridiculous.
I don't know.
9 KD.
Yeah, that's absurd. That you don't see that every day. 148 ADR.
I'm a little surprised there aren't more pauses from Nixuh, because surely they've got to recognize internally that if we let too much more slip here, this is untenable going into the second half.
Rusty caught that nade with his teeth. Perfect toss from Bravado. Sorry, Alan. Just wow.
I hope it was Triton there for some redemption.
Yeah.
He needed that back. I like this move, though. I think mid has been the place that hasn't been contested so much. At least push players back, but SloWye, no utility to take him off the angles. He's in the right place at the right time. Flexi's also taken low as Wilj is piling on the pressure with his B aggression. Relentless from Bravado. There is nowhere safe on this map right now if you're a Nixuh player.
They're putting SloWye everywhere. It's hard to read where the op is going to be because he's rotating to a different position seemingly every single round. 1 minute left on the clock. Usually posted up at B at the beginning. But man, he's been so impactful and so hard for Nixuh to peg down. Flexi. 20 HP. He's going to go up with the rest of his team. 40 seconds left. I mean, again, Bravado, they've changed up the setup back to what they usually do for this retake setup, right? And SloWye's waiting with the op. Will be smoked off, but they've got an incendiary somewhere. March has it in his hands, but he has to get back to the site. And they boost up, miss the shot. In fact, it does connect, but it's not enough to get a frag, and Blaze manages to make it a 4v4, but they've got such low HP, everyone's burning away! It's only Flexi left here, Alan.
Desperation, what can he even do? What can he even do? And it's more difficult in the server, okay? It's much more difficult in the server to understand what's going wrong and how to make a change, but you know the definition for insanity, John, that keep running the same thing expecting a different outcome?
Yeah.
How many times have we seen a carbon copy of that? Bomb goes down, players are all over the bomb site for Nixuh, and the damaging nades just come over and over and over and over. Spam's coming through too. I don't think they've even gone for a different plant, to be honest.
No. They haven't tried for the wide plant.
I don't know, at what point are they... I mean, granted, you're so scared of SloWye to go for a contact play, but if A is this impossible... Even going into more numbers, maybe you have to try B.
The thing is, they're trying B, and right, SloWye's there on the A side as well, but at the beginning of the rounds, he's waiting there at B. He got the opening frag, and he's had them a few times. So Nixuh, I don't even know what the answer is, Alan, because they're getting rebuffed at every single turn. It feels like probably for them that there are no options left.
This one's a half buy. The man has got the hero AK out. Shouldn't expect too much here, but at what point do we just need rounds? We just need rounds for Nixuh. We need something to work with when those sides flip. Doru plays wide. Left diagonal gets caught. Best entry for a long time. And now some space is getting taken. Rusty swings up. Finally, John, the deep nades. I've wanted these for so long. They're finally in play. March is out in front, though. They need to deal with this.
Oh, no.
Frozen's taken down, and there's even more damaging utility flying over the top. It's not looking to make a difference. We need to repeat nades on towards this heaven area. Blaze gets one, but Triton's coming soon. 2 in the elevator room, ready to swing through. March is spamming as Triton decides to come in for the retake. Blaze not initially facing as Wilj gets one. Wilj gets one. Trade is there, but Triton is good. Triton is real good. Flexi trapped behind default, doing a lot of damage, but no frags found. He's going to run out of ammo here if it comes to this. Wilj to finish it off. Add to B, and Nixuh, for the life of them, just cannot win an A after plant.
It's ridiculous. I mean, honestly, what an effort there from Flexi with just the Tech 9 tapping away. Knows that his ammunition is low in his magazine, but still being so efficient with every single bullet and eventually falling by the wayside. So close, yet so far, 11-2 for Bravado. I mean, Nixuh had that little run when it was 4-0. They got 2 in a row. And then again, it's been all Bravado, who now have 7 rounds in a row, looking to make it 8, at least for Nixuh. They got the bomb plant, and of course, they will have the full loss bonus as well. So it's another full-on buy-up. The thing is, you need rounds. 11-2, this could easily, completely get out of control here if it's 13-2 in favor of Bravado going to the half. They need whatever they can get.
Wilj is being presented way too much respect on this B side of the map.
Yeah.
He's solo taking this control on occasion, time and time again. And if I'm Nixuh, I don't know why I'm defaulting so many players towards A if I'm not taking it early. Give your B man a hand. Push Wilj back. Don't let him push and play you around the map so easily. And now he's got all this information. He knows no players are deep B. And they can start leaning more on towards A. March is even going for a mid push in the middle of it.
Oh,
Frozen
wow,
checks
Frozen.
the boost. Head removed from Triton. That's a big entry. And now the second player in Doru is called out of position. Finally, a good advantage as we're scaling the site. I was going to say, as long as we can get the bomb down, it doesn't look too bad. SloWye really didn't expect players to be up close. It's hectic, it's aggressive, but it still looks like the best round for a long time if I'm Nixuh. 3-on-2 now, but March activates. Endless action as this flank comes into play, and March gets another. The man left alone. Wilj up against him. Wilj has been a monster, an absolute monster in this tournament. And he could end Nixuh right here, but it's not to be. The man keeps them alive, and my God, did they need that clutch.
Oh my goodness. It felt like it was going to again be Bravado coming back from behind and taking the round, but Nixuh, hang on. It is thanks to Frozen at the beginning, I have to say, because just the awareness to check the boost, which hadn't been done the entire time, right? It's the first time Bravado attempted, and Frozen just checking it from muscle memory, thinking this is something I need to do, and gets that opener, which helps Nixuh secure the round. So they have a third. That's great. A fourth would be even better, and that will help. Flexi finds the opener. Wilj, one of the hottest players in the server, is gone. SloWye, who actually only had 2 deaths, 3 rounds in a row, has now died every single one of those rounds. So they've found that answer at least. And Triton falls as well. The man getting the AK bullets to connect. SloWye, though, he's still alive. Well, for one.
Looking good so far on the mollies here in Doru. It's going to get cooked unless he moves. Nade is good onto the man. And March is nearby. They've got more utility to play with as the Nixuh guys swing up. Bomb needs to be planted soon. Deep smoke in towards connector, and Doru is going to play Tetris. Flexi not presenting himself at the moment as Blaze runs in front. No idea a player could be up here.
no.
Doru with 2. Second headshot found. Bravado have turned this back in what looked like the saving grace for Nixuh. Flexi bomb down default. Trying to isolate a duel. Doru's on his own, but it's not to be. 12 rounds for Bravado. They are so close to Katowice.
You got me so confused. My mind is full of you. Still want you in my room. Don't wanna get rid of you. On my mind, but now it's not too late. You got me so confused. My head is full of you. I keep your picture in my room, 'cause it gets me in the mood. You still have friends me in my head. You
if you don't believe in me. Yeah. Don't you think like that? I will love you endlessly. If you don't believe in me, don't you feel like that? I will love you forever. If you don't believe in me, don't you think like that?
The last half of this close qualifier, and Bravado have an incredible edge, 12-3 over Nixuh, heading onto their T side of Vertigo. And Frozen, well, he's going to get first contact. Doesn't take any damage. Both players trying to fire off some shots, but neither connecting for anything. And man, oh man, I mean, Bravado's had full control. It feels like an entirely different Nixuh squad here on Vertigo than it did on every other map they've played against Bravado up until this point.
It's been monstrous. Absolutely monstrous. As a LAN final, shining in their eyes, they want to make it. Aggressive split now on towards A, looping in towards the elevator room. Frags are good. Triton, second found. Nixuh are reeling. Blaze is trapped in towards the short halls. And what do you even do from here? SloWye is just a beast on these pistol rounds, man. Every single time, he is a money for a multi-kill. And that might have just sealed the deal on this series.
I don't know if we're there yet, Alan. We'll see. 13-3. We've seen crazier comebacks before, but indeed, right, that is a clinical pistol round. Nixuh has really struggled on their pistols. Might be worth a while for them to put some work into them. But as it stands, yeah, a significant edge for Bravado, and Nixuh are going to force up here and try to make something happen. It's going to be 2 5.7s, 2 Deagles, and the MP9 along with a little bit of util. 3 flashes and 2 smokes, one of them already being used here. Bravado spreading themselves out across the map. They want to find this opening frag. And Triton with some aggression does come through. It's a nice flash, and oh, Frozen jumped on his head and then went entirely around him. Triton couldn't get a beat on him, and that's an AK upgrade. Well, it's one way to start things out.
Must-win round for Nixuh. If there's any route back into this series, it's got to start right now. Blaze setting the server alight with a frag like that. More of those, please. And now a big man advantage. Frozen's recovered the AK. It'd be really nice to recover another gun too. And Bravado reading a little bit here, a little bit stunned what's hit them. How have we ended up in a big man deficit on the round where we have every advantage?
Wilj trying to fight his way back into this round. Frozen on the other side. He's got company as well. It's not going to be the easiest of takes. couple of smokes left to potentially guise it off, but March goes for the dry fight, loses it. Wilj comes back to get one. He needs some help from Doru, and Doru has to plant that bomb, so Wilj gonna have to watch him. And now Doru with the plant will fall off behind the smoke. Just so many rounds, so many bullets being rattled off from each side. Nixuh in particular, they can't necessarily find a path forward. They do have the only piece of utility left in the round, and there it goes, doing absolutely nothing. Frozen, thinking about sticking the bomb. He's got the AK. Doru wants to try and take him down, but they're being patient. Nixuh closing the gap. Can they find the last frag? They will. Frozen gets two, and Nixuh hang on for at least one more round.
Not to be this time, Wilj. Not to be. Okay. Well, if there was any route for Nixuh back into this map and ultimately the series here in the grand final, you need a round like this. Snap the money. Make it difficult. There is a bomb plant for Bravado. And because of that, they'll probably save here and think about a heavy investment in the following. As Wilj actually going to buy into it. No.
Yeah.
It's aggressive. Chips are on red. Bravado want this done now.
I like it. I like it. Why not? You know, it's early on in the half. The force buy for Nixuh worked out. Why not try and return the favor the other way, especially with Nixuh not having the greatest of buy-ups, and they're going fast. March already ahead of the smokes and all the util. Frozen's got the AK on the other end, and the man with a Galil. Now they've slowed up just a touch. Waiting for the chance to explode out here. Blaze, perhaps a little exposed to the side hall. We'll see where Bravado decides to actually push up here. The bomb is here. Not everyone has decided to join up with it. Now they will, Alan.
Wilj is still on the lurk. He's out towards mid. Just had an nade dunked on his head. Try to make it a bit more tricky. But if he can pull players away, could be good. Frozen has come off. They fall and retake. Taking a page out the Bravado book with this sort of setup. The man trying to flash behind this connector smoke is actually a pretty bad smoke. But Doru still gets the first. SloWye, no idea what's hit him. Bomb somehow gets planted despite all this CT presence in front of the smokes. And these two players on default are absolutely trapped. Nade is ever so damaging. And Triton, that kill might be nice. But surely this is too much to ask. Flashbang is perfect. And Nixuh hold on.
Wow, nicely done on the retake for Nixuh. Even though it looked a little bit scary, Bravado cannot seal the deal. 5th round secured, and now you definitely have to go for an eco round on the Bravado side. Forcing up again would be a little bit of a mistake, but with that bomb plant, they can at least invest in some pistols, maybe some util, maybe keep Wilj on body armor or Triton in case a gun does get dropped to the ground. We'll see how much they decide to invest, and it doesn't look like much at all. Wow, that is exceptionally conservative. Only a Tech 9 and 2 flashes purchased up here. It's only $900 combined. Bravado going towards the B stairs. 3 players waiting on the B site. Flexi is one of them. Haven't seen too much from him here on Vertigo, but was very impactful for the Nixuh squad, in particular on the defense at A on Inferno.
Jiggle here from Flexi. The man is just playing an off angle behind double stack, waiting for these players to get up and onto the wood. Headshot collected, that's Triton down. Flexi is primed and actually is taken down by the Glock. This is getting awkward. Couple kills for these pistols. But thankfully, the cavalry is here in the end.
Yeah,
even 2 kills on the Glocks ain't bad, man. That is not bad.
No, not at all. I mean, look, SloWye was caught out pretty much in no man's land in that situation, but still, you're right. I mean, a couple of frags with the Glocks, you keep the economy relatively honest here on Nixuh's side, even though it's building up a little bit. It still forces them to reinvest on a couple of players. And now the lead is still fantastic if you're Bravado, and you've got your first full-on buy in this half. Flexi priming the nade, getting it ready. Is it going to be a faster play for Bravado towards the B site? It feels like it. They're going to go for a boost here towards the danger panel. SloWye had the smoke out, but they've got 3 players dedicated to this. Just want to pop up and see if they can find someone. No one will likely be within view unless Flexi comes around this corner, and he absolutely will. He spots the player, shoots first, but goes down. March connects, and now a 5v4, make it a 5v3, even though Rusty does manage to take down Wilj and make it only a man advantage. It's still so much presence for Bravado, and that one hurts. Triton, the headshot onto Frozen.
Was lucky in mid. Cuts off that prong of the retake, and I think these guys would be well advised to save. The money is on the brink for Nixuh. Save here and you can buy again in the next. And that call has come from above. Huge round for Bravado. Plays, he doesn't fall into CT spawn. Or at least through this this avenue out. He dies out in mid. And they desperately need these rifles. They desperately need them. That's their buy gone, John. Those guns saved, they're definitely buying.
Yeah, and there's really nothing you can do, right? Bravado had someone playing over towards the A site, and then the pinch coming in from mid. They tried to get away from it, but had to force a fight, and it wasn't happening. Nixuh, you're absolutely
They really
right.
needed to save those guns. They've got no breathing room. They're ecoing into a 9-round streak required for overtime.
It's either that or force, and it's a tough decision. Those two guns would have led to a proper buy-up. That's what hurts the most for Nixuh right now. Oh, Blaze is going to eat utility down to 5 HP. Flexi trying to get something done. Now Doru and Wilj will take down both Flexi and Rust. That's a 5v3. B-side open, free for the taking. Bomb's going to join them very shortly, and this will almost certainly be a plant.
There's really no point here saving if you're Nixuh. You know next round is last anyway. Frozen gets one, but he needs his teammates. Wilj is just ever present. He's so good. Kill is nice from the man. But with AKs alive, repeat nades going down on by the generators. And his teammate Frozen out of the loop. The man is doing everything possible to try and make this retake even close to a possibility. But it's not going to be. 15 for Bravado. 9 chances to book their flights to Katowice.
Well, pressure is on for Nixuh. This time they will be able to save the gun into the next round, which of course is going to help. Even though they were saving, money's still not great for Rusty nor Flexi, so Frozen can drop that over. Might even be able to drop another rifle as well, since he's already got the armor along with the Molotov. So we'll see what happens. Some creative accounting will take place here. Flexi can definitely buy more than the MP9, but instead decides to devote it entirely to utility. So, okay, that works out. 3 A1Ss and an AK around it. It's okay. It'd be nicer for them, of course, if they had the AWP in Frozen's hands, but just not enough money to justify it. Flexi does trade with Wilj. Yeah.
He's got so aggressive on B in the last few rounds. He's fearless. Confidence is sky high as Blaze plays in this bottom yellow smoke. His teammate is already down. Blaze comes through, down for the count. 2 frags remaining. The man plays wide and is not going to be. Flexi with 6 HP. Bravado are going to Poland. They're going to have a month to prep unless Flexi can do something incredible. Wide plant. Flexi can't hit the spam. And now he knows it's over. There's nothing they can do. Bravado get it done. What a performance today. The Inferno comeback was something. Wilj needs a raise. But this map, this is championship caliber map. That's why they're going to Poland.
Yeah, no, absolutely dominant on Vertigo today. 16-5 in their first matchup and 16-6 here, going 32.